my lovelies, and welcome to the spiritual world of Ravel Fae. Today, we're going to perform some candle magic. One of the first types of spells that I ran into as I was learning my way along this path happened to be with candles. Usually the reason that candle magic is the first introduction is that it is relatively simple, easy to get, and you don't have to do a whole bunch of flattery, high magic stuff with it. It can be just as simple as lighting a candle and letting it burn with intent. Now, I did a long time ago. I'm talking about, I want to say, 9th grade? I believe it was 9th grade, where I decided that I had done quite a bit of reading, I had an interest, and I wanted to test some things out. And I figured that doing a simple candle spell would be a good, easy test to see if all of this was true, if there was some clout behind what was being written in these books. So I went ahead and I created my own ritual, my own spell, using the materials that I had around me, using the books that I had and what I happened to have at the house. The spell was a very simple candle magic spell with a couple little twists to it. And before we get into showing you this spell, I want to tell you a little story about what happened in my 9th grade year when I did this. Back a long time ago. We're talking 98 to 99. That should age me quite well for you. And in our family, in our household, money was a little tight. We weren't poor, but money was definitely tight. And I decided that the spell that I would do would be a money spell. With the ritual and the spell, for this story, I had to draw a very specific design. It's this design right here. Right here. Now that you have seen the design, the rest of the story will be a little bit more understandable. So I went ahead and I performed this spell. And I performed it fully intending that it was going to work. Because that's the trick, is that you honestly can't have doubt when you do spell work. It's going to work. Because it's your intent. The day after I performed the spell, I went to class and ended up in my math class. And we started that day a new category in our math class that was parabolas. And on the projector, the math teacher drew that symbol. Because guess what? If you put a graph behind that, it's the upper and lower parabolas. I caught it and went, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, that seems to be a sign to me. I went home that day and talked with my mom a little bit. And she was very, very, very excited because she had just received a raise at her job that she wasn't expecting. Had no clue that she was being looked at for the raise or anything. It was out of the blue to her. I went, huh, that's interesting. Approximately 2 days later, I had received a call from an employer that I had actually put an application for. And it was Taco Bell and Taco Time. Taco Time. Taco Bell's another story. And they wanted to hire me starting that weekend. Within the week of me doing that money spell, I got a job that was going to provide me income, and my mother got a raise. At that point, I was wholeheartedly going, well, that worked. Guess I better continue studying and continue working on this path, because it seems like this is going to be a fit for me. Kind of interesting how those things happen. We got to remember that when we do spell work, it isn't as the big extravagant showcase that the movies perform. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You also have to perform the spell work with full-on intent and believe in it. To top it off, you also need to put in your hard work. Things don't just happen. Manifestation doesn't just happen. You have to put forth the effort. You're not going to do a spell and then go, I'm going to sit back, relax, and just wait for it to land in my lap. Because the universe is going, why am I spending this time on you doing this if you're not going to do anything yourself? Keep that in mind when you do perform spell work. Now, I'm sure you're all going, money, yes, money, please. We desperately need the money. What do I need to do and what do I need to have to perform your spell? Well, I am 100% happy that you asked that question. Great question. So, the things that you are going to need are 1 green candle. Doesn't even need to be a specific green color, just 1 green candle. Any shape, size, doesn't matter. You then need something that you can use to carve on your candle. Usually this will be a ritual knife of some sort. You will also need some water. You're going to need holy water of some type or some consecrated water of some type. You're going to need rosemary essence oil. It doesn't have to be the expensive stuff. Go to your local Walmart or metaphysical store. You can get some inexpensive oils there. That's all you need. Nothing big, nothing fancy. But it needs to be rosemary. And you are going to need coins. When I originally did it, I used a penny. Today, I'll use what coins I happen to have on hand, since coins are a thing of the past. They're not around as much or easily to find. So I had a couple of quarters that I will be using today. If you would like to perform this spell with me, why don't you go ahead and grab your materials and set up your sacred space. And while you're doing that, why don't we pause for some messages? We will be right back.
up, like, subscribe, and ring the notification. At last, I've
found it. Welcome back, my lovelies. Hope you enjoyed the break. I hope everybody grabbed what they needed for this spell. Now, like I said, you're going to need your green candle. You're going to need your coins. I've got a couple coins here. Here's the rosemary oil that I used back then and will be using again. See if you can see that. This is the Sun's Eye, and I happened to get it at my local metaphysical shop way back in the day. And I mean way back in the day. It was $6.99 back then. Rosemary is a very strong smell, so be aware of that. Okay. Here is my working knife that I'm going to go ahead and use. For those of you who are younger, I would probably recommend maybe a toothpick, or have your guardian, your parents, help you. I'm hoping that this is a discussion that you are having with your parents so that they are aware and all that good stuff. I have also created my water. You can't really see it here. Let me get my hand out of the way. Alright. Now I've been letting this water sit as I prepped up for this particular recording. And I don't know if you could see it in there, but it's not just purified water. It's not just holy water. I actually also used this. This is a creation of mine that I have sold in the past and I'm thinking of selling again. But what it is cleansing salts. So not necessarily bath salts, but my salts have sea salt, Epsom salt, and usually a resin or a flower of some sort, plant-based, in it to help with whatever that energy of that thing is. So the one that I chose was dragon's blood. And the reason I chose dragon's blood is because dragon's blood is really good at just boosting the efficiency of the energy, which is what we want. Now, as we go ahead and we get this taken care of, you will need to be aware that there is going to be a small little chant that goes along with this. And I will put it up on the screen. Make sure you write this down. And the chant is, "Come to me, O money, please, stay and leave me at ease. Come to me, O money, please, stay and leave me at ease." Alright. So, the first thing that we need to go ahead and do is we're going to take our candle. Here's my lovely green candle. And we need to take our knife. The very first thing. Oop, as I knock everything over. Don't mind me. So take your knife, take your toothpick, take what you need, and you're going to carve There we go. You're going to carve the symbol into the candle. Alright? So, you can see that. There's the edge. Be very careful. You do not want to cut yourselves. Make that edge a little bit longer. There we go. That's better. Flip this upside down. It'll be easier to go ahead and carve that symbol. All right. Let's go right here. That's okay. I can salvage that side. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. A little difficult to put it on a candle like this. Easier on votives, but hey, we got it. We 100% for sure got it. Now, once we have this done, we need to use the rosemary, and we need to cover the candle, just like if we were consecrating the candle. But this time, we're going to use the rosemary, and we're going to do this with the intent of our spell. If you want to think of the chant in your head as you're doing this, you can. For me, I'm going to be thinking about, I want money. Bring me money. I need to be stable. I need money. So that's what I'm going to be thinking about. So let's take a moment and dress the candle. And as you can see, I'm not holding myself back with getting this just covered. absolutely covered in this oil. Alright. No other thoughts and processes. I want money to come to me. Money needs to come to me. Bring me money. Bring me an income. Bring it to me. Here we go. Our candle is now done. And you now smell like rosemary. It's a strong smell. With the candle being done, it's now time to go ahead and light the candle and start with the ritual. So you can follow along, because I will go slow for this ritual. So I'm going to do it the witchy way in regards to lighting the candle. I'm going to go ahead and light it via my sacred space. Here we go. Okay. Now, we need to take our coins. I have 2. You can have as many as you want. But I am going to warn you. You don't get to keep these coins afterwards. They will be buried. So, take what you want to use. And you're going to hold these coins over the candle flame for approximately 5 seconds. And while you're doing that, you are going to say the little chant. So here we go. First coin. Come to me, oh money please. Stay and leave me at ease. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to reverse it this time. Come to me, oh money please. Stay and leave me at ease. Now your coin's going to be really hot, okay? Once you've done this, you've done your coin in the fire. You're going to take it and you're going to drop it into the water. I have another coin, so let's do it again. Come to me, oh money please. Stay and leave me at ease. Come to me, oh money please. Stay and leave me at ease. That is it. Now, you have a couple of options. You can stay and meditate with the candle on your intent. You can leave the candle burning within sight of you and do some other daily things. If you're going to leave the room that the candle is in, the candle needs to be put out. And then you just relight the candle when you've got the chance to sit and watch it. Because you don't want to burn down your house. That's not the type of money that we want you to get. It's insurance money. Okay? On the coins and the water side, the coins. Find a nice place for them to stay in that water, because they are to stay in that water until the water evaporates. So you can put it in a windowsill to catch the sun, get all the good juices of the outdoors. You can keep it where your altar setup is, or sacred spaces. Wherever you feel is more comfortable to leave water that won't get knocked down or damaged by animals or kids. And the moment that you see that the water is evaporated, you will then take your coins and you will bury them on your property. At that point, the spell is officially over. I do hope that this spell brings you all of the money that you deserve, all of the abundance that you deserve. I hope that this was a useful spell for you, and that you enjoyed doing the spell with me. Yet again, it was a nice, simple spell. And with that said, my lovelies, remember, you create your own happiness. But creating your own happiness means you have to put in the elbow work sometimes. So go on, get out there, do your spell work, and do the manual labor that you need to do to be able to get what you want. This is Ravel Faye, signing out.